Is this karma that I text Sam the weekend before we head to Monaco to try and escape the awful weather of Great Britain? And our last day in Monaco is a write-off. I know the raindrops are all over the lens, so I'll keep this short and sweet. I'm here in the glamorous marina, just in front of some building work that is going on. We are waiting for the French Stig to get down here because we're going to head up into the mountains, into the clouds, into the tight and twisty roads, try and make the best out of our last 24 hours here in Monaco by having some drift practices. You're going to brave the weather?
I'm going to try, in aim of a dairy milk bar. Other brands are available.
We have pulled up to the petrol station because, like all good journeys, you need fuel, and we are joined by the French Stig in his BMW M2. Now, the French Stig in front has notified me of a road that goes up to his friend's house. He has showed me a picture of it, and it is unbelievable. So we're going to take the M2 and the C63, arguably two of the best cars on the market today, to do a bit of a skid, and we're going to take advantage of the wet and try not to crash. But I'm mainly coming up just to watch him drift because he's good. You do not know how happy I am that it rained in Monaco today. I am in my heaven. I've got more adrenaline running through my body than I've ever had in my entire life.
I think I've got some as well for different reasons.
Sam's jumped in. This is the first time that you're passengering in a car whilst I'm drifting, and we're doing it on a closed mountain road.
Yes, because I've been in the car when you've done some accidental power slides over the year. Yeah. And I've just been outside the car filming you drift. But yeah, this is the first time. Oh my God. Oh.
This is payback for you putting me in that Mustang in Vegas a year ago.
That was actually awesome. It's still terrifying. There's a brick wall there, okay? So just be a little bit careful.
I was in second gear.
Phew, thank God. Please miss gear. Most corners I would be really happy.
So we've been taken here by the French Stig, who knows the roads. His friend basically lives at the top of a mountain and has got this almost, well, it's closed road for today so that we can go for a hoon. And I've been learning from him entry corners, power out, all of this stuff. We're up in the clouds. Visibility actually isn't that great.
No, it's not. I was going to remind you of that, but carry on.
But seeing as back in January I launched this entire dream of mine that I was going to compete in drifting, I wanted to become a drifter, I wanted to do motorsport. Essentially, I need to learn car control at its finest. I went to the monster preview of the Road to the Gymkhana Grid event, and it was amazing to follow the story of 6 drivers as they got their cars ready and then went to Gymkhana Grid. Now, the reason why Gymkhana Grid excites me so much is it's a mixture of precision driving, car control. It's an element of every different motorsport all combined into a timed run where you've got to hydraulic handbrake, but again, like, you really need to be on the power as well. So traction at some points, loss of traction at others, just to get as fast around as possible. And whilst you decided to film in underground car parks and hunt supercars, I've decided that we should go sliding the C63, because I'm not... I'm not ruining my tyres. Everything is fine. And I'm just having the best time ever. Sam, what are your thoughts?
I literally haven't had a word you said for the last 10 minutes. I'm so nervous going into every corner. It's like being around Donald Trump and the nuclear button. You just never know when he's going to push it. Oh my God. I don't want you to think that I'm nervous. I don't trust you. It's just my knowledge of you as a driver is slow and steady, long run MPG fuel economy themed drives.
Well, I've got the valve shut, so I'm saving a little bit of fuel. There is just a feeling that is inside that I cannot describe, that when I'm mid-slide and I can feel the tyres just slipping across the tarmac, completely out of control, but in control at the same time.
Okay, so the question is, since doing your drift stuff at the beginning of the year,
yes,
do you now feel more like you are in control? So whilst you're braking the car's traction, you kind of are, you know what you're doing a bit more.
The first few Drift Diary episodes that I had were very basic. We had an amazing time at Pro Drift Academy, which I'm going to be revisiting in May, in June. And essentially, from August onwards, I'm kind of not quitting travelling, but I'm going to be slowing down the opportunities abroad, because I'm going to be getting so much seat time in cars that I'm currently organising. And now I need to get on finding my drift car. I need to get on to actually building speed up and doing second, third gear transitions, and then drifting in tandem and doing trains with other drifters so I can get right up close to them, and a completely new level of car control once you get up to that point. But then everything that I've learned from doing track stuff, I'm going to implement into the Gymkhana grid, because I'm still chasing that invite. Okay. Like, I really want to at least compete just to see how I would fare. And I tell you what, this is the first time that I've really done anything on mountain roads where there is very little margin for error.
Yeah, very little. Thank you. Again, something I was going to remind you of. God, because I know what you're going to do.
The angle on that was like a 90-degree angle.
Was awesome. That was awesome.
Snap second and keep. Just snap second gear.
Oh, this bit's a little bit wider. My God, there is still a brick wall there, though.
Oh man.
Oh, so, dude, it's good. It's good fun. You know what I was saying? I've definitely been in the car with you before, where when you were first like toying with oversteer, and I'll be honest, it was a little scary because it just felt like you were just thrashing the pedal.
Yeah.
But these are good. I'm just a bit of a nervous passenger, and this is a road that neither of us have ever been on before. And
but it's wicked.
Essentially a driveway. It's one of the best I've ever been on in my life.
I'm gonna like save this on my Google Maps and just.
Well, I'm just gonna make more money. And
call up French Stig behind us.
And to say, can I come to your house for tea? Just as an excuse to go up and down. How long will you be? 3 hours. I'll see you there. Oh, but it feels good. And they, as I say, like, there is a brick wall and it is still dangerous, but I haven't felt out of control yet. Maybe apart from that last one when you're like, let's do a second gear or whatever. I was like, let's not.
I felt like fully in control that entire time, and weirdly I'm using Sport rather than Sport Plus here, so I've got less of a sensitive throttle pedal.
That's because we're driving through a lake right now.
I suppose. I don't want too much power.
No.
The M2 is following us behind, and I'll be honest, like, I am kind of jealous in him because he's got a smaller car, slightly less power, and I feel like it would be a little bit more chilled, especially if he was in a manual. You can activate drift so much better. And the one thing that I've learned is doing the Pro Drift Academy stuff with a hydraulic handbrake. You're actually pulling that handbrake to initiate a slide, but fundamentally slowing the car down. Whereas in cars like this, where you need to power out through the corner, you're speeding the car up to get it into a slide. So it's a completely different technique, and one, whilst it's a load of fun and I'm practicing car control here, I still need to get back into cars that have got hydraulic handbrakes, which is why I really want to get into looking for potentially a car that can be a project drift car, a car that I can take to events, a car that I can do demonstrations in, and then one day compete in.
I'm not sure if you remember, but I also have attended Pro Drift Academy, Paul.
You have? But in Ireland.
Yeah, in Ireland. And
Yeah.
I think you'll find that I could probably do this as well on this road. But that is massively was my thing that I had to learn. Is basically you bring the car to a stop, spin up the tyres, and then release, so that you're already in that sort of slide. And I've been noticing it with the M2, where he's been pitching into the corner already sideways,
and then
while we're powering out.
Yeah.
So it's a different style, I suppose, but super interesting. And
there's just so many techniques to it, and learning each one is only going to make you a better driver. It's not like you learn one. You know, like when a tennis player has a serve technique and that's the only one that he can do to bang a 120 mile an hour serve down.
Sure.
If you've got all of the techniques where it comes to driving, then you're just going to be better at car control. So I've got a long way to go on Drift Diaries, but I feel like this slight intermission in the Drift Diaries episode, thank God it rained so that we had the opportunity of doing it, because it was one thing that I wanted to do on my list when we got down to Monaco, was try and find some really cool roads and do a bit of drifting.
have you seen the road down here?
No. Oh! Oh yeah.
Oh, Paul. I'll get my camera and go back out. I don't want to stay in for this bit. So, how do I?
I'm actually going to pull over, that's insane. This is switchback after switchback, the perfect way to finish a day that could easily have been a write-off in Monaco. Sam filmed an underground car park supercar hunt, which was so much fun, navigating this C63 through the car park, but then to then take this car up into the hills and have some fun. Here's Ao. Woohoo! Oh my God, this has been the best day of my life. It's just as simple as that. And tomorrow, we sadly have to treacher through the rain and the awful weather. We have brought the weather down to the south of France. And it's time to get back to the UK, because we've got a very special adventure coming in the next couple of days. So thank you so much for tuning in to all of the Monaco content. I'm going to be vlogging the drive back, because there is some wicked stuff that actually happened in Monaco that I haven't uploaded yet. So I'll see you soon. Thank you for watching. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you soon. Cheers, guys.